Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Liam here, and in today's video we're doing an unboxing review of the Elgato Key Light Neo. This is one of Elgato's two current models of LED panel lights that you can use for your content creation. But before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Okay, so as I said before, today we're looking at the Elgato Key Light Neo. Now, I didn't set up an overhead cam for the unbox part, but there's not a ton of stuff in the box, so I think we can work without it. So inside the box, you have the Key Light Neo. It's an LED panel light. It's got 4 physical controls. It's got power, brightness adjustment knob, cooling light, and warmer light, so you can switch between the two with the controls. On the back, it has a USB-C port in the top here, and it does come with a collar that you snap into the back like so, and this gives you the ability to have your cord wrapped around this if you have excess length of cord, or when you're done using the lights and you want to put them away, wherever the case may be. You can do all of that using this collar. Now, also in the box, you do get a USB-C to A cable, and they also give you a USB-A to A extension cable. Now, I'm a little bit bummed out that they don't give you a C to C cable. I would have preferred that myself, and I talked to them the other day about it on the phone, and they said they are transitioning to all C to C cables for most of their stuff, because if you remember from my Elgato prompter review, the one thing that frustrated me about the prompter is they gave me an A to C cable, and all of my computers have USB-C only, so I have to use adapters or hubs to do USB-A, which is a bit of a bummer. I'm not a huge fan of that, just because it's old technology. Now, there are some sticking points with the USB-C to A cable. And I say C to A because it's C on the light side, A on the side where it goes into your computer. So, first of all, if you plug this into your computer using the provided USB-C to A cable, even if you're using the A to A extension on it, the maximum output power is 400 lumens. And in the Command Center software, it's going to show that the max it can go to is 40%. Now, if you plug it into your computer using a C to C cable, and you have a modern laptop like my MacBook Pro here that has sufficient power output, then with a C to C cable, you can go to 70% or 700 lumens, which is quite a bit brighter. I mean, you're almost doubling the brightness by going to a C to C cable. Now, the third option is, again, using a C to C only cable. If you plug it into a power bank, like my 100-watt MacBook Pro power bank that I have here, if you plug it into a power bank like that and you're using a C to C cable, you can get it to 1,000 lumens of brightness, or 100%, which is really, really cool. I really love that you have that flexibility with output power. And I'm actually using my second Neo as a key light right now, so just to help fill in my face a little bit more for you while I'm sitting out here. Now, like I said, this light has the 4 controls, one in each of the 4 corners. The larger key light does not have that. And it's also got a 1/4-20 port on the bottom, so you can mount it on a tripod, monopod, light stand. Now, Elgato does sell, for $35, they have a desktop clamping, you know, with the C-clamp that'll grab onto the edge of your desk. They do have those stands that you can get separately for these lights. They're $35 a piece. The lights are $89. Which sounds a little expensive, and maybe it is, but the thing you got to look at is these lights work via not only USB-C, but they also have built-in Wi-Fi. So you can actually link them using the Command Center mobile app for iOS or Android, and you can actually link these directly to your home Wi-Fi network, so then they don't have to be physically plugged into your computer in order to power them. That makes it convenient because then you could have them across the room from your computer, and you can still control them with the Control Center app, because once you set them up on Wi-Fi, which for whatever reason you have to use the mobile Command Center app for that part, once you get that done, then the Command Center app for your desktop computer can control them at that point. So you would be able to turn them on and off and adjust the brightness and everything while they're in a different location, too far away from your laptop to reach, or your desktop. Or if you just want to get them a little more, have a little less congestion when you're doing your content creation. So that can be really convenient, because then you could have them plugged into an external power bank like this, or you could use an adapter and plug them into a standard 110 outlet. So you're getting tons of flexibility when you do it that way. So that's another thing that's really nice about all of this. So I'm gonna, let me explain here. So the key differences between the standard key light, which is larger, and this one, aside from the price, the larger key light is $189, and it does come with the stand as well, where these ones do not. These ones, as I said, are normally $89. I caught them on sale on Amazon and got mine for $65 a piece. Now, the one thing I don't have out here is they do come with a monitor mount that you can screw into the quarter 20 and set them on top of your monitor like you would a webcam. But you know what a webcam monitor mount looks like, so you don't really need to see that. I think we can get by without that today. But the other big differences between the two lights, aside from the size and the price, is the full-size key light has quarter 20s on all four sides. So you could turn it any direction you want and mount it, where this one you cannot do that. It only has a single quarter 20. But again, this light is the only one that has the physical controls on it. So with the full-size key light, you've actually got to have them connected to your computer to be able to turn them on and off and adjust the brightness and the warmth and coolness and all of that good stuff. So that's another thing that's really cool about this. So let me go ahead and plug this light into my power bank so you can see it lit up here. And that way you can get a little bit better of an idea of how it looks. And let's go ahead and turn that back on. So there you can see it. I have it on. Now, this one, being it's in my power bank, I could crank it up to 100%. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to blind everybody. That would be kind of cruel, and I don't want to do that to my viewers out there. That would be kind of a mean thing to do. Now, it does also, on this side in the back, have a little reset hole that you can stick like a paper clip or something in there if you had to hard reset the light for any reason. You can do that with that part. Now, again, this is all controlled with the Elgato Command Center app. So there is a desktop version of the app. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this one again. So I don't get it confused with my other one. The lights are nice because they can be controlled with your Elgato Stream Deck, which is really, really sweet. So let me go to the screen share here, and you can see here that I've got the on and off added to my Stream Deck mobile so that I can turn the lights on and off. And then I have another control that I can use to adjust the brightness. Again, like I said, depending on how bright you want them or what your power source is, you can crank them up pretty bright. So that is really cool. Now, you do have to have the Control Center plug-in for your Elgato Stream Deck. And then in addition to that, let me go down here and grab my web browser if I can find it real quick here. So let me launch my web browser, and we'll go to elgato.com. And let me go back here a second, and we'll switch views so you can see my browser window. So now, if you look at my browser window, you go to downloads on the Elgato website, and here is the Control Center app for your desktop. Now, I believe the apps, they're available for Windows and Mac both, so that's really cool. You do have to have the Command Center app for your desktop downloaded before you can use the Control Center plugin. If you try to use the plugin without the desktop app, it'll say, please install and launch desktop app first. So you do that. And with the Android and iOS mobile app, you have to download that if you want to set these lights up again on your home Wi-Fi network so you can control them that way. For some reason, you can only do it with the Command Center app for Android and iOS. You can't do it with the desktop version of Command Center, which I thought was kind of strange, but you know, whatever. I mean, at least they give you a way to do it. So let's go back here to my Stream Deck. And again, like you can see, now you're probably wondering, it says Stream Deck Mobile because I'm using my iPad Pro 11 inch as a Stream Deck now. I have the Stream Deck mobile app, and I paid for lifetime licensing, which was $50. And it gives me the ability on my iPad or iPhone to have a virtual Stream Deck. And the nice thing is, if you unlock the app with a monthly subscription, annual subscription, or lifetime license, you can have up to 64 keys on this. And with the iPad Pros being capable of split view, which the app supports, you can have two side-by-side instances of the app at 64 keys each for 128 keys. Not that you would ever need that many. I think that's probably overkill for most all of us. So why you would want 128 of them is beyond me. But hey, some people may be into that. Some people may not. You know, who knows? Everybody has their own choice, their own taste, their own personality. That's what makes us all unique and fantastic. So I thought that was really cool. And with the Elgato Command Center app, like I said, you can turn the lights on and off. You can adjust the brightness. You can change the warmth, the coolness, you know, the Kelvin scale for cooler or warmer light, whatever you prefer. I personally prefer more of a pure white daytime light. So that's what I prefer to run mine at. But some people like the warmer look of warm light that's a little more yellowish. So, hey, you can have both options. They are bicolor lights. They're not full color. They don't do RGB and all of that stuff, but you don't really need that for these kind of lights. These lights are designed to be for content creation, and exactly what they're called, key lights. So they're lights that are designed to fill in on your face when you're in a darker scenario in your studio, in your home office, or wherever you do your YouTube videos or content creation from. You can have all of it handy right there and have everything that you could possibly need to have good lighting without having to take up a tremendous amount of space. That's the other thing I like about these lights. They're very small, compact, they're very thin. You don't need a softbox added onto them to get nice soft light. They have that built in automatically, so the light is very pleasing. As you can see, I've got the other one on right now, and it's filling in my face a bit here, so I get good light on my face. And it just makes for a really great lighting experience. And I know I'm going to enjoy using these for many, many years to come here on this channel. All right, that is going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch it. Please remember to subscribe down below. Turn on all notifications. If you want to pick up one of these lights or a pair of these lights for yourself, I'll put a link down below in the description. It will be an affiliate link on Amazon. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It just kicks a few cents back to the channel to help me out with continuing to make this free content for all of you out there. So it would be greatly appreciated if you did buy yours through my affiliate link. All right, that's going to wrap up this video. I will see you all in the next video.